Hello, Cancer, and welcome back. And if you are new here, I love you already. Just a quick note, I now have a Buy Me Coffee, so if you want to support me, yeah, just pop in there. It's quick and easy, one button. And this is going to be a general reading for the month of July 2021. And as usual, we're going to do it in three parts. First of all, just your state of mind, where you're coming from, where you're headed to. Then we'll have a look through your path through July, and then I'm going to draw, three more cards to give some clarification going forward. Let's get right into it. Spirit, what do we have for Cancer for the month of July? So, Cancer, the card representing you this month is the Seven of Wands. And this is the values card. So this is you paying very particular attention to what your core values are. Okay. And when I say core values, these are not goals. These are the things that line up with your goals. So ethics, choosing the right path, non-racism, that kind of thing, the values. So I see you looking very carefully at your values this month. It's like a contemplation, because your challenge is the Justice card, and it's you figuring out, who needs to still be in your life, and does your job, do your goals line up with your values? Your challenge this month is to figure out what matches your values and what doesn't. And it's a great space to be in, because we all need to go there occasionally. Because sometimes we get caught up by, just the money, for instance, or just the sex. And then at some point we have to sit down and say, in order to move forward, does this line up with where I want to be as a person? Does this other person, or does this job line up with where I see myself in the future? How people will look at me, how my kids will look at me and judge me. In your heart space, you have the Ten of Cups. And for me, this is like the ultimate fulfillment card. So I see you being incredibly, fulfilled in this space. But in your head, something else is going on. Okay. Because we have the Nine of Swords. So this relates right back to the values again. You may be very fulfilled at home and with your partner, but at work something else is going on. It's like a huge conflict going on between what's making you happy and the things that you have to do. So there's this juggle going on for you this month, Cancer. And where you're coming from is a temperance card, and this all ties up to the values again. So when the Temperance card's in this position, it means you have been looking at the way you have been doing things and trying to figure out how you can use those lessons to move forward. Okay, so I see you having spent a lot of time figuring out, okay, I've taken these six or seven steps to get here where I am, whether it's in your relationship or work, but I see this about being work. And trying to figure out, okay, how can I take that stuff? How does it match up with my values? And how do I move forward now? So this month is going to be about that stuff kind of distilling together. Because where you headed to is the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is you having more control over your life than you've ever had, or being in a super level of control. And that's why I think this is a workspace, because at the moment you having sleepless nights, and I think this has got to do with the fact that whatever you're doing on a day-to-day basis, for instance at work, is just not matching up with how you feel inside. Because in your heart you're feeling fulfilled, and that's your family and the people that you love around you. But there's something going on in the workspace. But I see that coming to an end, because if you stand up for your values this month, people are going to look at you differently. And when I say differently, they're going to take inspiration from you. So don't be afraid to stand up and judge others that don't share the same values as you. Let's have a look at your path through July. Yeah, it's sure. So much so, people are going to look at you. And in your insecurity, this is your insecurity card. It's like, if I make the stand, there's no going back, and I'm shit scared of it. But universe is saying, don't be scared to make the stand. Don't be scared to stand up for your values. Okay? Because even though it's giving you sleepless nights right now, you're going to be an inspiration. Okay? And the environment you're operating is the Tower environment, which means things are going to change whether you like it or not. So now's the time to take action and to take that stand. It's the right time, because there's an element of chaos around you. And when there's chaos, it's easier to make changes. When things are running too steadily, like a big ship, is difficult to turn. But when you're in a storm and the wind is blowing hard, it's very easy to turn that sailboat, because there's a lot of strength in the wind. So what I'm saying is that the time is right, because there's an element of chaos and change going on around you, and you can ride that change. And the advice from the universe is do it with love. Okay. So if there's an ethical issue going on, for instance, at work, confrontation doesn't always work. But if you can show or demonstrate that changing course can come from love and end in love, I'm not sure how else to put it, but it's the universe is saying you don't have to do a lot. You don't have to stand up and shout. You don't have to protest outside with a banner. You can lead through example. It can be as small as just leading through example, standing up with your values and leading. Make an example, be an example, be an inspiration, be this King of Wands. Okay, but you don't have to be loud about it. And your provisional outcome card is the Death card, and this is not literally death. It's the end of something completely. And when one thing dies, it makes place for another thing to be born. So there's a massive transformation coming, and of course it takes action. I mean, I can't tell you this is happening, because you have to play a part, and your part is this leading by example. That's your part in it. But this is major transformation. Let's get some clarification on that, Cancer. Wow, this is it's quite a serious reading, eh? Yeah. So universe is saying you may feel a little isolated this month, especially You know, when you stand up and say something, you're going to feel like, oh my God, it's just me, isn't it? But you also have the chariot, and the chariot is, even if you're feeling isolated, you're in control, and it's just going to move forward. And when we have the chariot, the tower, and the death card, it's like there's no stopping you, and there's no stopping change. Okay, and then finally you have the Six of Coins, and the Six of Coins is generosity of spirit in this context. It's going to satisfy you so much that you're going to have enough inside of you spiritually to be able to give to others. So even though you might feel, oh my God, am I alone on this journey? I don't think so. I think that this journey has started, and this chariot is moving forward, and people are going to follow this chariot. So if you're on a mission, Cancer, you're on a mission, there's big changes for you this month. I hope this makes sense to you, and like this video if it resonates, and drop me a comment, you know. And as I say, go follow me on Buy Me a Coffee and become a member. I've got some extra stuff there for you. And I will see you again soon.